This podcast is intended for mature audiences only. We explore topics surrounding sexuality, intimate relationships, and related subjects in an open and candid manner. Please be advised that we are not licensed marriage or sex therapists, and the content shared here is for entertainment and informational purposes only. If you are under 18 years of age or prefer not to engage with discussions about sex, relationships, or mature language, we strongly recommend that you refrain from listening further. However, if you are of legal age and comfortable with this content, we invite you to settle in and enjoy the show.
Hello and welcome to Beyond Monogamy. I'm Adam.
And I'm Pris.
And I was going to do a whole different topic today. And then something happened that I just had to talk about. And so I said, you know what? I'm just going to talk about this.
Wait, did you tell me what we're talking about?
I did.
Okay, go.
Matter of fact, I even sent it to you earlier. I did a Facebook post yesterday about some big changes that are coming our way as far as this podcast. We just added a website,
Yes.
which is www.beyond-monogamy.com. And I was very excited about that and a few other changes to come.
You worked really hard on that.
I did.
And thank you for taking the time.
Well, thank you.
And getting all that situated.
It was a doozy, but we got it up and running and live. And I was very excited to announce this. And sometime throughout the night or early morning, somebody on my Facebook who I regarded as an old friend.
Or an old acquaintance.
Well, an old acquaintance. I always felt like I thought maybe she was a friend, but I guess not. Just decided to leave a very simple comment.
What was that comment?
It was an emoji of the vomit.
The vomit emoji.
The vomit emoji.
Hmm.
Because she was disgusted by the fact that we have a swinger sex
But she didn't say that. She just put that, and that's what you're gathering. I would
Correct.
gather
I
the
mean,
same.
there really is no other way to look into it.
I would gather the same thing.
It's not like she hit the wrong emoji. And this didn't just happen. This thing sat for hours before I finally saw it.
So I did not see that.
Yeah, well, I went in there and I deleted it and immediately blocked that person, which is, it happens.
Yeah.
And I don't see it as often anymore because a lot of the people that I have on my Facebook, it's more controlled. It's primarily a lot of lifestyle people.
Yeah, you started weeding out the people that
I really did.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, there are still a lot of vanillas on my page. People from my past, people from school, whether that be middle school, high school, college, past jobs, even when I used to go to church.
Yeah.
There are still people on my Facebook and they know. I mean, we're all adults here. And that's kind of the way I look at it because I'm not explicit on my Facebook. I make it clear that we have this spicy podcast and
Well, we don't hide that we're swingers.
we don't hide that we're swingers, but what I'm saying is I'm not putting out, foul language type posts and talking about, this and that. I don't do that.
No.
I use my Facebook for, just fun, comedic purposes, memes, things like that. So I'm not, I just utilize it maybe every now and then to let people know that an episode drops or
I tag you on that.
things like that.
Yeah.
But realistically, the people on there know what we do, but I don't talk about it explicitly. So as not to be offensive. Now,
that's very sweet of you.
Well, I don't like when people push things on me, and I'm not trying to push anything on anybody, but when we started this podcast, I noticed that there were a lot of people from my past who could be considered a vanilla who ended up inquiring and listening to the podcast and learning some things. And just that alone, I mean, just because you listen to the podcast doesn't mean you're a swinger.
And just because you're posting something doesn't mean you're pushing your thoughts on somebody.
Possibly.
Like I post everything.
Oh, yeah. No, I know.
I post everything.
You're very bold with your posts.
And I guess if no one likes it, they can just remove themselves, but I'm glad that you removed that person
Oh, yeah,
because
so
you're not a
that's
reactor.
no, no, no.
I am a
I
reactor.
tend to sit back and process for a minute, and then I was like, "Okay, you know what? Forget this. Peace out." And then I proceeded to do a post afterwards about how, it's okay if you don't agree with me.
Mhm.
We can still be friends.
Mhm.
And I have people on my Facebook that I guarantee you they see my lifestyle and they because we're not discreet about it. And I guarantee you they don't agree with it. And I guarantee you maybe it makes them feel uncomfortable or whatever, but you know what they did? They either unfollowed me or they just don't say anything. And you know what? Cool.
Our good friends from where we live, I'm sure they know,
Oh yeah,
and
they know.
we have never talked about it.
No, and
We don't bring it up. We don't throw it in their faces.
exactly,
They've never
exactly.
listened to the podcast.
It's one of those things where some people just it doesn't bother them, but there's other
Mhm.
people out there that they feel like they are the moral authority over life, and not
Period.
just their life, but everybody's life,
Period.
and they feel like if you do something that they don't agree with, it's their job to let you know it,
Mhm.
to let you know that they don't agree
And I
with
mean,
it.
there's yeah, and that's why people keep the lifestyle to themselves.
Exactly,
That's why
and
they
that's
make
and
it
that's what I'm getting at. Because I was talking to somebody the other day,
Mhm.
somebody I had just friended them on Facebook, and they reached out to me, and they said, "Hey, by the way, this profile is my vanilla page. So I just wanted to let you know that just in case, there's it's sensitive.
Mhm.
We're discreet."
Yeah.
No problem. I mean, even if that wasn't communicated to me, I don't
You're
do
not that
stuff like that.
person.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
do stuff like that.
Yeah.
I treat everybody's page as if it's under the microscope.
Yes.
But I thought, how funny that that even has to be said because we have to be, everybody feels the need to be discreet in some point or another in their lifestyle because of different reasons.
Mhm.
And it all comes down to the judgment of what happens when they find out.
Yeah,
It's
because
considered immoral.
it's very yeah, the immoral or it's also people that don't even understand what morals are because there's just a lot of people that don't understand what that word
Or
means
ethics.
or ethics, like, they don't
Yeah.
understand what that means. They'll
Right.
just shame you,
Sure.
like, just plain out shame you,
Sure.
and that's why they keep it in, and I think that's why I don't I'm not discreet about it.
You go the opposite
I
way
go the
because you're ready to fight.
I'm more of a advocate
Yeah, for the freedom.
for the freedom. I preach to our kids that they don't have to have just one boyfriend, one girlfriend. Like, do what you want. Have fun how you want,
Yeah,
you know?
I really
Um,
try to make it realistic in the fact
ex
that we don't have to abide by society's standards.
exactly,
It's what
and
you want.
yeah, they don't agree. There's a lot of people that just don't agree because I like to be an advocate because I feel like this community really does make you feel confident.
It
We did
can.
a show on that. Like,
Yeah,
it's a confidence thing, and I'll be damned if I'm not gonna be a supporter of that,
right,
especially for women. I mean, for men also, but, like, women who just don't feel pretty.
right.
So, yeah, no, I don't hide it from anybody, and I don't go and tell everybody, but if I mention the podcast, they always ask me, "What is it about?" I went to the doctor today, and I was like, "Oh, ethical non-monogamy," which we're swingers.
Yeah, yeah, our broistas at Dutch Bros
They
now.
know us.
Like, they
Yeah.
they have the podcast,
It's a business.
information. Yeah,
I'm sorry, and if I'm lucky that I love this type of lifestyle,
mm,
and we have a podcast on it. Of course, I'm promoting.
yeah, yeah,
So,
well,
I don't keep it secret.
no, and well, that's a whole different aspect of it.
Yeah, yeah.
But most people feel like they have to keep things under wraps
Mhm.
and for different reasons. I remember feeling like I couldn't talk about it to my family. I
Mhm.
couldn't bring it up to my parents. This is not the kind of open conversation that I would have with a lot of my old friends
Mhm.
initially. When we first started in the lifestyle, I felt kind of ashamed that we did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you feel that did it bother you?
No, it didn't bother me that we actually did it. I just felt like I was shamed, like I would experience shame about it, like if I talked to people about it,
Mhm.
especially the word swinger, I just felt was really cringe,
Yeah.
and people are so quick to talk crap. So, like, I've seen, you get on Facebook or Instagram or any of these social media things, platforms, and as you find these different memes and stuff like that, that they always go into, or you'll see like an anonymous post on a regular group that
Mhm.
says, "Oh, I'm thinking about sharing my wife with somebody," or
Mhm.
whatever.
Mhm.
And then you'll see comments on there, derogatory comments calling this person a cuck in a negative way. They're like, "Oh, you're just being a cuck. Oh, you just you just like to see other men fuck your wife," but they say it in such a negative way, and
Yeah.
they all kind of, just jump onto this person. It's like real disrespectful.
Mine was when I would tell women and they'd be like, "And your husband lets you like, he's okay with watching you have sex with another man?" Like, "Really?
Yeah. The judgment that you
Is he
cast.
gay?
Oh, yeah, I've been asked that
Are
before.
you gay because you like to see it?" I'm like, "What? What?"
Yeah. Yeah,
No.
there's I mean, it's one thing to have misconceptions, but, that there's judgment involved in
So
that.
much.
And here's the part that I really, really have issues with, because we're in this because of the freedom of it all, and it's out in the open. It's actually strengthened our marriage
Mhm.
because it's taught us how to communicate better with each other, and it's taught us how to better handle each other, not just in the lifestyle, but with everything.
Yes,
You
I
know?
feel like this kind of lifestyle, you tackle almost every single thing that could go wrong in a marriage
Yeah,
or in a relationship. You pretty much will touch base with it at some point in this
it'll come
lifestyle,
up.
most likely,
Yeah,
at least 90% of stuff.
yeah,
So,
yeah. So it
it
definitely has made us a better couple.
you learn.
It's also helped us individually to learn how to talk to others and learn how to, I don't know, be a part of the community and be less introverted,
Yes.
you know?
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm thankful for all of those aspects of it. But then you have the other side, who are the monogamous people,
Mhm.
the judgmental monogamous people. Not all of them. I'm just talking about the judgmental ones.
Mhm.
Oftentimes, they're riddled with all sorts of infidelities.
Oh.
There's all sorts of skeletons in their
Yes.
closet, and I
Yeah.
guarantee the person who made that comment probably has either some sort of skeleton in their closet, or there's a frigidness there that adds to the skeleton in the other person's
Oh,
closet, or
for
whatever it
sure.
is. There is something going on there, and that judgment that came out, it didn't come out for any other reason except that there is something that happened to that person
Mhm.
that made them say, "I'm gonna judge
Mhm.
this." And not only am I gonna judge this, it's not gonna be silent when I judge
Mm-mm.
it. I'm gonna do it
Yeah.
to where they know
Oh, yeah.
that I judge it,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
which you have to be really, really, it's one thing to be judgmental, it's another thing to really just, I want this person to
Mhm.
see my
Yeah.
disapproval. That's incredible to me. And, there's probably for the past decade, there's just this large amount of people who feel like it's okay to say whatever it is that they wanna say to people. It doesn't matter how it gets delivered.
Oh, for sure. They don't
And
care.
no, no,
They
and
don't
and
care.
it's almost become almost a social disability. Like, they can't read the room, but even if they could, they wouldn't care.
Yeah.
I just don't get down for that. Now, I
No.
was telling a friend of mine today at lunch. I said, "You know, I'm a good dude. I'm
Mhm.
a good guy,
Yeah.
and I have the sense to be able to sit back and go, 'I'm a good guy.' I treat everybody with respect. They don't have to earn it with me. I give it automatically
Correct.
until they do something to show me that they don't deserve it.
Mhm.
I treat everybody the same, and I really go out of my way to be able to foster some sort of relationship with everybody
Mhm.
that I meet.
Mhm.
So I know that I'm a good dude,
Yeah.
and I do a lot of work on that
I just,
to
to be a nice person,
yeah, you know, we
you
trying
know,
to be better people.
we really do, and everyone does get the respect, and you're right. Once s they don't deserve it, it's gone,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
You are a little nicer than I am.
Yeah,
You are
I can
you're
be.
you're really nice, you're not reactive.
Yeah,
That's one thing I'm working on, but
yeah.
yeah, so
I do tend to think about when I have issues with other people, I always think, "What is it that's going on in their life right now that's making them act like that?"
Mhm.
You know, or what is it from their past that's making them act like that? And a lot of times that's the reason why I'm so easygoing and I'm so like, okay, whatever. I'm not gonna make a thing out of this.
Yeah.
But this thing that came up today just really irked me because, you know, frankly, it was a post celebrating a personal win,
Of
a
course.
personal and professional win.
Yeah.
And it was a judgmental comment, which was
You
unnecessary,
know
and it kinda set me off course, but it really, really had me thinking, this is the kinda crap that keeps us all
in the
trying
closet.
to be discreet
In the
in
closet.
the
Yeah,
closet,
yeah.
and this is the same kind of judgment that, you know, our lovely LGBTQ peeps struggle with.
Oh my goodness.
They can't come out. You know, one of the biggest things that I've heard in this lifestyle is that there are a lot of bisexual men, but you
Oh,
wouldn't know it because most of them are closeted. They don't wanna come out and say, even in this lifestyle, even in the safety of this community, a lot of them don't wanna come out and say, yeah, this is me. I'm bisexual because of the judgment that they could get from their own community.
yeah,
That's the one that kills me the
yeah.
most
But I mean,
because we already get judgment in the
we're
lifestyle.
it's society. We were raised that way. Most of us were raised frowning our nose at things like that.
Yeah.
I was told, Don't even think about being with the girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will throw you out of this house."
Yeah. Well, you came from an old school
I
Mexican
did.
household,
Yeah.
you know?
Don't date outside of your race.
Yeah.
A friend just said that, and she's not even Mexican. And
Oh, yeah.
I only thought that Mexican families did that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, no, no.
And I was flabbergasted when she said that. But yeah, that's why you keep it in, because your family is going to judge you.
Yep.
Your kids may judge you.
Yeah.
You know,
And we're so, so scared to be
so
judged.
scared to be judged.
Why?
Like, I'm more scared to be judged on my cooking and baking than I am my lifestyle.
You know, I will say that since we have outed ourselves many years back, I breathe a lot easier because
Oh,
you know, being discreet was so hard to do.
so you did it just as a swinger.
Yeah.
I had to do it as a swinger and a freaking bisexual.
Yeah.
I
That's true.
had to I didn't have to. I mean, I had to for myself, but I kept it in for a long time because people judged.
Right.
And then what happened when I did? People judged.
Oh, yeah.
And
Totally.
I mean, that is a something that people have to deal with. I don't even talk to my family because of it,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Just judgment. Oh,
And
and all of them got cheated on.
all of them got cheated on, and that's the thing that kills me.
Uh-huh.
You know, there are marriages out there where the spouses will look the other way, they know that the cheating is happening, but maybe they're in a good financial position, but they don't want that lifestyle to end, so
Mhm.
they just deal with the cheating, and they're miserable, they're in a miserable marriage, And the way I view it is the judgment comes a lot of times from a point of jealousy
Mhm.
because they see how happy you are. They see how you're enjoying and doing what you wanna do, and they don't have that ability. So then they thumb their nose and they go, "I don't think
I
that's
don't think
right.
so. Yeah.
I think that's gross.
Yeah.
That's gross that you do that.
Yeah.
You sleep with other people? My goodness, that's disgusting."
Oh, it's and
And
what? Oh, you eat another girl out?
oh, man.
Oh my goodness, no.
Yeah, no,
Like, that
that's
is
so gross.
disgusting.
Yeah, no, and but it's not disgusting to sit in a relationship where you're cheating on each other.
Or
That's
when you
okay.
or not even, like, you just go in there with, like, an insecurity, like, period, to
Yeah,
your like, you're with your spouse and you're just feeling super insecure. Oh my gosh, God forbid your spouse or something looks at another girl, you're
yeah,
losing your shit,
yeah,
and
yeah,
vice versa,
right.
"Oh, I thought this guy was handsome," and there you go. So, yeah, no, it's a that's why people keep it in, and they don't wanna share with others.
Yeah, so a lot of times it's jealousy. Other times it comes from old school mentality of where we're raised,
Yeah,
which like your
yeah,
household's a good example of that.
mhm.
Other times it's religion. And how we're raised in a religion. I know that, we have a friend who was raised in a religious cult, and because of that, has different views on sex or had different views on sex. We had hell, I was in the seminary,
Yeah.
I was in the Catholic seminary to be a priest, and most people don't they're thrown off by that, and it's like, "Well, you really went the opposite way, didn't you?" And it was like, well, there's nothing that could get me less involved in a religion than being in training for a figurehead in a religion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You see and hear a lot of really foul, horrible, horrible shit.
Mhm.
And I didn't want to be a part of that. And I
Yeah.
walked away from it.
Yeah.
And so, but being raised
Mhm.
in the church, whether it be Catholic, whether it be whatever,
Mhm.
you know, it's frowned upon a lot of times,
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
and, I didn't wanna go back to church, and then we went back because you wanted to,
Yes.
and then you came out as bisexual, and then you said, "I can't be here
I
anymore.
couldn't. No,
I
I
can't be
couldn't.
here."
I couldn't be there
Yeah,
anymore. It was too much.
yeah, yeah. Now, I do think it is possible, and I wanna make this very clear. I do think it's possible to be able to take part in this lifestyle and be
Oh,
involved in religion.
for sure.
There are certain
For sure.
religions that, this isn't an issue, and there are people who maybe don't subscribe to an actual
Mm.
organized religion, and instead they're just spiritual and they do their thing. So, I mean, I have friends in this lifestyle who are preachers, so it does exist. It
Mhm.
is possible. But what I'm saying is a lot of us were raised in certain religions that it was something that it was a commandment. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
for
you don't
sure.
covet your neighbor's wife. You know what I mean? And it came up. And
Is
I
that what
didn't
that means?
that's what that means.
I didn't know that's what that
Yeah.
meant.
Yeah. You don't covet thy neighbor's wife.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, didn't know that.
Yeah. Adultery is and then of course, that famous mugshot that I love so much of Frank Sinatra when he was a kid,
Uh-huh.
that was taken because he was arrested for adultery.
Are you
Oh,
serious?
yeah, back then, adultery was it was against the law,
Yeah.
and so a lot of the I think I may have mentioned once before that the swinging really started after World War One when a lot of the soldiers came
Oh, that's
home.
right. Mhm.
They came back home from, overseas,
Mhm.
and overseas kinda they were very in England and all that, they were very loosey-goosey with their sex lives. So
Mhm.
when they came back, they started having these parties and they started hanging out and, wife swapping and stuff. It really started with the military back then.
Okay.
But yeah, that's little
Well,
little little tidbit
thank you,
there.
little nerding it out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, I know.
Very
But
sexy.
but back then they were taking a real chance because for a very long time, adultery was on the books as a valid law that you can get arrested for. I think it's still listed as against the law in several states,
Oh.
but it's not really enforced. But
Hmm.
I heard it could be.
Well, we're gonna find out.
I don't know. I don't know. So I'm gonna do some research on that. But there's really just a lot of different things at play when it comes to why we've looked at this in such a weird way. Now, I know that the swinging community has gotten larger and larger over the years, and I think that's really cool. I think it's become more mainstream. I hate to say that, but it has.
It has, and,
Uh,
it has I think because of the LGBTQ community.
I think so as well, but also because of social media.
Yeah.
So before social media, and even before the internet,
Mhm.
it was a lot harder to connect with people
Mhm.
in that
Yeah.
way. And then, of course, the internet made it a lot easier to connect with
Mhm.
people wherever and find
Yeah.
out. And then social media brought it to the more mainstream forefront of 30 and 40
Yeah.
year olds.
Yeah.
And, especially after once everybody was on lockdown for COVID,
That's it.
everybody was on social media and somebody decided to start up Swing Talk or whatever, where
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
TikTok, but it's the swingers and they're doing little TikToks and
Yeah.
whatnot. And then all of a sudden people are going, "Oh, what's that?
Yeah.
Oh, look, she's hot. What?
Let's do
She
this.
has sex with other people? What's that? Hey, let's give this a try."
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the younger generations too are more open-minded
Which is
and
awesome.
and less into the societal
Yeah.
norms.
Yeah.
So that's cool,
I think
good
that's
for
great.
them. Good for them for being able to be open-minded.
Yeah.
A lot more than our generation
Oh my
was,
goodness.
and
Yes.
way more than the generation before us.
Yeah.
I swear sometimes a lot of times it was like fighting a battle
Mhm.
to feel normal wanting to be a part of this lifestyle.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I'll take it even further. It's it's one thing to as a guy to talk to a bunch of vanilla guys and they'll be like, "Oh shit, so your wife lets you fuck other women?" "Yeah." "Oh wow, man, that sounds great. Oh,
Mhm.
cool."
You used to
Uh
get a lot of, "Damn, you're lucky."
yeah, yeah, but then I'd be like, "Well, I like to watch her with other men."
Mhm.
And that's when the tone changes and then it's like,
Nah.
"Oh, so what, you're gay? Because that's fucked up, man. You like to watch her, fuck other
Yeah.
men, and do you, like, touch them?" And you can just hear the judgment in the voice. It's like all of a sudden I'm not lucky anymore. Now it's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
My first husband would have loved this lifestyle.
He would have loved this lifestyle. He was too insecure for this lifestyle.
Mhm.
He was,
Yeah, because he made me feel like I was the ugly one.
yeah, he there's no way he was too insecure for this
Yeah.
lifestyle. As a matter of
And
fact,
made me insecure.
when we talked about it openly in front of him,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Really? You do that?" And I was like, "Yeah. Yeah." And he was like, "Oh." And he wasn't judging, but he was like you could tell he was just like weirded out by it. Like
Yeah.
he just couldn't fathom it.
Yeah.
And hey, it's not for everybody. And we have all our insecurities. Everybody has insecurities, but it's how we handle them.
Mhm.
It just it I feel like the experience and the lifestyle is way more positive for a lot of people
Mhm.
than the vanilla lifestyle. Now, not to say it's the opposite. I guarantee you there's people who had such horrible experiences in the
Of
lifestyle
course.
and have left and never will look back.
Yeah.
But I I just feel like many of us have cracked the code. Like we figured it out.
Yes.
We figured out how to have our cake and eat it too.
Yes.
And I think that
I will say that you have definitely found it.
I figured it out.
You figured it out.
I think I got it.
Patience
It took some time.
and lots of love.
Lots of love.
Lots of love.
Yeah.
Like, I am deeply in love with you, and you are deeply in love with me, and yeah,
You gotta have a solid relationship
got to.
if you're gonna do this with
Got to.
your
No cracks,
spouse.
Jack.
No.
No cracks,
None
Jack.
no, none whatsoever. You have to have a solid foundation. It is not for the weak of heart.
No.
But I can tell you that if you can do it, there's work involved, but if you can do it, it is well worth
Oh,
the
yeah.
reward of it
Yeah.
all. It
It's,
is.
it is very rewarding, very empowering,
Yeah.
very,
Yeah.
very beautiful.
Yeah.
I gotta say, it
Totally.
is very beautiful to see that people who have gotten as far as they've gotten in the lifestyle is amazing. Whether you've only done it for a month, you tried it, it
Yeah.
was your thing, and maybe it is and maybe it's not. You're gonna pursue it. Maybe you only wanna do a little bit of it. Good for you,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. I think it's always good whenever people learn how to grow,
When their
and
relationship grows
yeah.
and it gets stronger,
Yeah.
I find that so
I
fucking
think
awesome
that's
because
cool.
it's so heartbreaking when it doesn't.
Oh, I know. It's the worst when you see 'em break it off. It's like,
Yeah,
God, man.
yeah.
But, I really I struggled to I was bothered by this situation that came up, and it just got me thinking, just why do we have to have the discretion? Well, it all comes down to people who feel like they're better than us,
Mhm.
people that feel that they can, express their opinions and maybe they're right, and so they should tell others that they're right and that they're wrong,
Yeah,
you know? So, yeah, it just it I kind of dealt with it this morning, and I let it go.
there you
I
go.
let it go.
This is your
This is my
therapy.
therapy right here, guys, and so, that's the big thing about it, is that this is my therapy. So, a lot of you contact us and you're like, "Wow, you really have helped us in our relationship, or you helped us in the lifestyle and this sort of thing." Well, you know what? You guys are helping me
Mhm.
because I get to talk about this openly. I get to get this off my chest. And if there's anything we get to learn, it's that we should all be able to openly speak about what's bugging us, or whatever happened, and just be able to tell us. And that's what this community's for. We do it. We do it for each other.
Yeah.
And I think that's really cool. So with that, this has been a great show. I really appreciate every
This was
one of you guys
fun.
listening. Yeah, this
And
was
I'm
this was
sorry
good.
that I'm sorry that somebody made my baby feel bad.
Oh, that's okay. I'm good now.
Like,
I got a good show out of it, you know?
yeah.
Yeah, so it really worked out. And so I hope I was able to bring a little bit of knowledge to everybody's soul. And before I go,
Yes, don't forget.
big announcement. I think I said it earlier in the podcast, but yeah, we do have a new website of which we upload all of our podcast episodes.
Yeah.
They also have our links to all our social medias.
You can get a hold of us,
Yeah, there's
either
a
one of us.
you can contact us, and then there's also a little side button where you can leave us a voicemail,
Mhm.
which is cool. That's a really cool thing that they added there.
There's a lot of cool things
A lot of
happening
cool
with
things,
us.
yeah. So if you go to our website, which is www.beyond-monogamy.com, that's www.beyond-monogamy.com. If you go to that website and just explore, check it out. I've added a blog there to go with every episode. And then on top of that, it's going to be housing some big changes that we have coming along. We're going to be incorporating some video at some point, and we're going to be including some guests at some point as well. So we've got some very big changes coming along that will probably be starting in the next few weeks. Now, I will say that if you heard our last podcast, we're going to be attending the Port Aransas Beach Takeover, and we're probably going to take about a week off from recording, just so that we can get everything squared away with our second season, which will be starting, and we'll have our new changes right after that. So there's a lot of big things coming and a lot of things still in the works, but I'd love for you to keep track of them.
Yeah.
We'll be updating you guys.
Support it.
Support it. We
Share
appreciate
it with
all
your
the support. Share it
friends.
with the community, share it with your friends. Remind your vanilla friends that maybe are peaked and like podcasts, that just because they're listening doesn't mean that they're a swinger.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's
Exactly.
okay to support others.
If you like pineapples doesn't mean you're a swinger.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
okay.
yeah. I actually I listened to a podcast about whiskey, and I don't really care for whiskey,
There you go.
but it was interesting.
Uh,
So it's one of those things where we really appreciate you guys helping us out and spreading the love. And with that, we're going to say goodnight, and we will see you next week.
Bye.